I know we're still, 10 days away from Thanksgiving. However, Thanksgiving is really late, actually as late as it can be. So with all the confusion, with all the new lights, I just thought we'd do a little primer, because I know a lot of people are starting to put lights up outside, and people just tend to decorate earlier now. So, and the lighting has changed a ton with LED. At first, when LED came out, they were awful, quite honestly. But they've gotten better, but there's still some things where I want more of an incandescent look. So this Christmas tree right here, so this has what's called M5 caps on them. And the color is way better than it used to be, but you'll still see some blue in there. And the other thing I don't like about them is, depending on how I'm looking at this bulb looks brighter than this one because it's the way it's situated. So it does make it bad, and it's great for outside, but there's flexibility. You can, this is, I call this the Easter. It looks like Easter colors. So there's people like that. There's also a dimmer on these now, so you can actually dim them down. So there is some great things, but this is just an incandescent one. Throw that down. And if you squint your eyes, it glows. And if you're after that kind of the old-fashioned, Christmas is all about tradition, you can't beat the incandescent on the inside. So, but with LED, there's so many choices. This is something kind of new, and I wanted to show this. This, you might, and I'm not sure you can pick this up or not. There's two different colors on here. So this one is just warm white, and then they're calling this one classic warm. Well, classic warm is supposed to mimic what the incandescent, because they keep dialing in to try to get those a little bit better. So you got warm white, you got classic. The thing you want to avoid, and this is where people get tripped up on the LED, is the term warm white, and then some people will call one pure white or cool white. Well, those are the really, really bright white. And generally, most of us don't. I mean, some people do. It's definitely an outside thing, but most of us, we want warm white. So keep that in mind. So tradition, C9s for outside, right? So you can only put 2 of these sets together. So this is a 25 bulb set. You can put 50 together, right? So an LED, you can put 43 sets together. You can plug 43. Now, does it look exactly the same? No, it doesn't. It's a little brighter outside. But for outside, because a lot of times we don't have as many circuits outside, and these things take up a lot, I think LED outside is a great choice. What else is coming along? Solar. Now, we're used to having solar in like little guide lights and border lights. Well, this one, so this one right here, one of them was 74 foot long. This is 25 foot. So you're really getting, some real lighting, some meaningful lighting. So solar is out. Now, is it as bright? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Incandescents, because we didn't like how those look, because it's tradition. So the most popular LED, they call them Italian. So this is incandescent, this is LED, so they match. So you have all those. And if nothing else, when you're outside, and I love this, and I can't believe we still sell them, this is for the guy that's not really into it. He just walks out to the shrub, plugs it in, goes back inside. So just a few ideas. Well, here it is, November, and before we start to get really busy with the holidays, maybe a few checks as we start to move inside, as the late fall and winter start to come. I thought maybe a little visit to the basement. So a lot of you, not everybody, will have a sump pump in their basement. So this one, there's both a primary and a backup. And the reason the backup, because if we turn around, this is a finished basement. And the problem with a sump pump, unlike say a water heater, where a water heater will start to drip, drip, drip and say, hey, I'm leaking, a sump pump just stops working. And when it stops working, then you can get a flood. So if you have a finished basement or care about what's down in that basement and you have a sump pump, I would replace this depending on how much it gets used, every 3 to 5 years, I would replace that. And that battery over there on this side, that's part of the backup system, so that in the case of the primary pump, failing, or if the power goes out, there is something there that's going to pump the water out, because when it rains, this thing works pretty darn much, I would say. Now the water heater, I talked about that. So the water heater, you wouldn't replace it until it starts to go out, unless you start to feel like the capacity, you're not getting enough water, because sometimes if you don't have a softener in your house, you'll get buildup inside and you actually lose capacity. That's what, like when you hear all that popping noise, the popping noise you hear from a water heater is as the flames are going through those deposits, they start popping. So that's just a sign it's starting to build up. So you say, well, maybe I should drain it. Yes, you should drain your water heater. However, don't start that now, because you start it when you have a new water heater, because I'm not sure that I would recommend it. This one's never, I'm not a big, I just don't do it. I tell people to do it, but I don't do it. So right down here in the valve, you can put, you would hook a hose up, you would turn it on, let it run, 10, 15 minutes or so. The problem is, if there's a lot of calcium in there, you were just looking for something to do on a Saturday afternoon, well, now the valve doesn't shut off. So if the valve doesn't shut off and now it's dripping, you're going, what did I just do? You can get this cap at the hardware store, and you can just put that cap on there, and that'll stop the water, and then just go watch the IU game or something like that, all right? So water heater here. The furnace, of course, the big thing is your filters. So this one, I will tell you that I'm not great. Again, you would think that I would be good at doing filters, but I kind of forget. So you can kind of see how dirty that is? I had a HVAC contractor one time told me that I was too stupid to use this kind of filter, because these 3M filters, they electrostatically charge, so they grab a lot. Now I put that one in June of 23. It's not very good, is it? So change your filter. Depending on the type, it could be every month. You can't really change it too much. It'll do a lot for you. Humidifiers, don't forget about that, to change the pad. And then you can enjoy the holidays. I think I'll go ahead and change this filter now. Well, it's that time of year. You're starting to get guests. However, they're not the guests that you're expecting. Bugs. Lots of bugs coming in. Have you seen the box elder, the elder bugs coming in? They're the crawler, kind of slow. It has the orange or red stripes on them. They're coming in. So, and when you look up online and you go, okay, well, how do I get rid of those? It's like everything online is like, oh, capture it and take it outside. It's like, how about smack it? So, I don't have anything against bugs, but the best way to do is a little preventative stuff. So outside of the house, so this is for mice. Rodents, obviously, another thing. And this is just that regular foam, like great stuff that's been around forever. The problem is the regular foam products, mice will actually just chew through those. This one actually has a repellent in it to keep the mice from chewing through that. So that's a good one. They also make this as a one for bugs. Great stuff. Same thing, it puts down its gray color, and because if you can take care of the cracks in the foundation, I know it's easier said than done, but there's a lot to that, is sealing that house. Then also on the outside, because you're never gonna get them all, I like doing a band treatment to the outside of the house. You just go 5 foot out from the house to the height of 2 to 3 foot on the house. You can hook up your hose-in sprayer like this. This is just a home pest control. You can actually use, this is actually, if you don't want to, you can mix it a little stronger outside. This one can be used inside or outside. So as you can imagine, it's not as strong. So it's got a little sprayer and you can go around. I think it's a little hard and takes a little, because by the time you want to do 5 foot all the way around the house, it's going to take a little time. So I think this is a little quicker. Granulars, for people that can't say I can't deal with a sprayer, you can do that. The problem there is you don't get any residual up on the vertical portion of your house and the windowsills, which are a problem. So I like this in a sprayer. So do your work outside. If you don't like to use any chemicals at all, there is some products that you can use. So this Maggie's Farm is a line that a lot of stores carry. And matter of fact, this one even says box elder bugs, because everyone knows they're a problem. So these, and they have some other products that can be used outside that are all organic. But these are ones that can actually be used inside. So this is a nice, it's usually essential oils and different things, so that's not harmful to pets and different things. Most of the stuff, everyone always says, well, I want to use something that's safe. Well, technically, we're not really selling anything that's unsafe. It's, if you follow the instruction, the stuff has all been certified and all that. It's just really whether you want to have organic and don't want to use chemicals. So you can do that. As far as, I still like for the ants, the little traps. We set these all around the house. Ants have been, now they haven't been as bad lately, but man, earlier this summer it was, and they just swarm these things. And as long as, you know, you got to keep them away from the pets and the kids. So when we have our grandkids come over, we just pick them up and not use them. And then of course, so many bugs come from the drains. So some of the soot flies and different things like that. So not only are you treating the drains for the bugs, but you're also removing the organic matter that's going to help the flow. And then you'll have a happy holiday with a clear drain and no bugs.